Прискакал я к инженеру главному, которому Рацик меня отправлял.
Are you Chief Engineer Fayfar?
Yes, I am. What can I do for you?
Ты на
Sir
викария
Radzig sent me
похож,
to be of
знаешь?
service to you.
Ah, I'm glad to hear it. It's high time we started putting things to rights. There's been quite enough dithering.
How can I help with these, evil forebodings of yours?
Sir Radzig may make light of it, but a large quantity of silver has been discovered hereabouts, and no one is guarding the Skullets' mines, the most likely source.
You really think someone could be stealing the silver from the mines? I would have thought that would be quite a job, wouldn't it?
It certainly would. Which is why I'd like you to go and check out not only the mine gallery, but also the yard with the smelter and the waterworks. See what kind of state it's all in, and if anything looks suspicious.
Где плавильня?
Is that the yard next to the Skalitz mill?
That's the one. I don't know what state it's in now. There used to be a stock of charcoal and smelted silver there.
A silver store? Could there really be any left?
I doubt it. I'd be surprised if it was still standing at all.
А водные сооружения?
What about these waterworks? What's there?
A stamping mill and washing troughs. They're on the bend in the river below the castle. You can't miss them. There are big tanks and equipment all around.
А штольня?
You said mine gallery. Just one?
Boy, there's such a maze there that it would take a week to crawl through the place. There's only one gallery I'm interested in, at the foot of the hill by a small fish pond.
Why just that one?
Because I was expecting to find a scene there. All the indications pointed to it. So if anyone is stealing silver, it'll be right there.
Вы думаете, меня кто-то будет там ждать?
Should I be expecting trouble then?
Well, I definitely wouldn't treat the job like a visit to church on Sunday. You could find yourself facing that pack of hungry dogs trailing the army, or a band of brigands.
I see. Well, you and Sir Radzig can rely on me. That's all clear. I'll get going.
Take care.
Вот такие вот дела. С утреца к пацану заскочил. Осмотри то, осмотри это. Меня пора уже назвать смотритель. Турнир? Неожиданно.
No. My God. No. Let me sleep.
Я ей безразличен. Никуда я не пойду, потому что очень далеко бежать. А завтра турнир, поэтому сделал ставку. Сейчас потусую со своей бабенцей, и можно будет прийти к Геральду, записаться на турнир и там же подождать этого турнира. Так, ну, ходить
You
хочешь?
still feel like doing something together?
Shall we play Blind Man's Buff?
That's really what you want to do?
I know it's a game for children, but I always liked it, and I won't feel stupid playing it with you.
Хорошо.
All right. Why not?
Good. Then follow me. Nobody will see us here in this barn.
Are you shy?
It's a game for little children. Of course I'm embarrassed.
Well, adults play it too, you know.
But only when they're drunk.
А я скажу псу, чтоб он ее нашел.
I'll cover my eyes.
Well, they do say love is blind.
Cheeky boy. But this is a game you won't be winning. I've got ears sharper than bats.
And I'm as stealthy as a cat. You'll never find me.
We'll see. But if you leave the barn, you lose. Come here. Come on, spin me around. What are you waiting for?
Blind I may be, deaf I'm not. Make a sound, and you'll get got. How does it go after that?
It doesn't matter. Go and hide.
В амбаре?
Here?
Ну-ка. Не, я решил не снимать броню. Я думаю, я скажу,
Just
где я.
wait. I'll find you.
Да вот они.
You see, I can hear better than that. Oh no! I've left clothes out to dry. We have to bring them in before they get soaked.
В стенку уперлась сначала. Так, а где ты белье вывесила? Давай, давай.
Oh no, it's completely
А,
soaked.
вот это вот? Ничего
You'll have to
себе.
put it by the stove to dry.
No,
Разбросала.
how could you make it smoke? Help me bring it to the head.
Веселые задания. Но хоть не убивать кого-то опять. А сейчас куда? Там же в амбаре развесить?
It's sopping wet.
Not afraid of thunderstorms, are you?
Not anymore.
Shouldn't we spread the linen out?
Henry, hush now.
Нормально над физикой поработали. Довольный. Так. Где ты? Вот она, подруга наша.
Greetings, Henry.
Все, не надо с тобой тусить больше. А нас с тобой.
About that evening.
Ah, yes. I never thanked you properly for helping me with the laundry. That storm would have carried it off to God knows where.
Oh, I think you thanked me enough. But next time we should take shelter somewhere else. That hayseed gets into places
Это
that
не
shouldn't
солома,
and itches
дурачок.
like mad.
Henry, you donkey. You really know how to sweet talk a girl, don't you? And anyway, what do you mean by next time? Just what exactly do you have in mind for the two of us?
Ты что, тупая? Что ты хочешь? Мы будем вместе.
Well, we'll be together. Like a couple. And when the time comes, you'll take me as your husband, right?
You're full of yourself, aren't you? But that's not how things are done.
Well, obviously, under normal circumstances, I'd ask your pa for your hand, but...
Papa? Yes. He'd set the dogs on you. Now you'd have to get Uncle Peshek's blessing.
I reckon I'd have no better luck with him. Unless he saw a way to profit from it.
And I'd have a sack of flour for my dowry. But seriously, Henry, what kind of husband would you make? You can't sit still in one place for an hour at a time.
Well, I've got a lot of duties, but... I'm very fond of you, you know. And maybe one day...
I know, you silly sod. We can't get married yet. But we can still see each other and be fond of each other.
И трахать each other. Ты можешь залатать твою одежду сразу так?
I've got something that needs stitching up. Could you do it for me?
All right. I can't have you walking around in torn rags, can I? Show it here. I've got some. I hope you won't need them, but...
Thank you.
3 повязки дала. Так, ты бы хотела? Да все, нагулялись. Бегу по заданию Рацига в лагерь Куно.
I'll be with you. I'm looking for Kuno. Kuno? Baron Rickvold. Isn't this his camp? You won't get nothing out of him. You must be Radzig's man. I heard he was supposed to send someone.
Yes, Sir Radzig sent me as a guide. I'm Henry.
I'm Jakey. And this here fella, we call the Stone.
I can see why. What's up with him? Cat got his tongue?
No, more like the dog got it. The executioner's dog. When the executioner ripped it out of him. Anyway, you better come along with me. I'll introduce you to the other fellas. And the chief.
Ну и пацаны, конечно.
These here are the Bearman brothers. Petter and Jan. They're a barrel of laughs. Except when they're too drunk to string two words together. Like now. Don't get on the wrong side of them, though. When their blood is up, well, it ain't a pretty sight.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, I'm sure.
Never mind the fancy poses, Stefan. You're trying to kill the fucker, not teach him how to dance. And you, Dangler, stand your ground. Don't let him lead you round by the nose.
Sir? Well, sir, this is Henry. From Lord Kobler.
Ah, it's about time Radzig got around to this. We need someone who knows their way around these parts. Leave off with the bowing and curtsying. We don't hold with that tomfoolery here. Jakey! Where the hell are you sneaking off to? Go to the farm and get water. The lads are thirsty.
But I went last time.
And you'll go next time, you ungrateful pup. Get your ass moving. Snot-nosed brat. You pull them out of a pile of shit, and they thank you with back talk. Where were we? Oh yeah. We need a guide who knows these parts. So I hope I can rely on you, Herman.
It's Henry.
Right. Well, as I said to Radzig, I don't want to carry any dead weight. We could find ourselves in some very tight situations where every sword counts.
I know how to handle a sword, all right?
I've heard a lot of fellas say that. They still ended up on the wrong end of one. We'll find out. Stefan, take a break. Dangler, let's find out what Harold here can do.
Sure. No problem, Chief.
Как раз перед турниром. Ну, давай. Чё ты? Ну. Репост хотела сделать, ну или как там правильно. Мастер страйк.
Conda! To hell with you.
Больно, наверное, молотком получать по черепухе. А по локтям? Можно, конечно, увернуться. Во, а чё ты не ударил? Притык к нему подошел. Пропустил удар и тем самым к нему впритык подошел зачем-то. О, прям по рукам получилось ударил. О, нормально, он подловил меня, подловил. Ничего себе. Давай, бей. О, перепутал стороны. Думал, это вверх. Что-то как-то криво с ним все идет. Вроде бы просто. Однако пропускаю, жму Q и не работает блок. Ну. Причем у меня молоток уже окровавлен, А его меч даже и намека нет. Какой ты прям, ну вообще прям молодец.
Had enough.
Чё такое? Чё, парень? Ну, парень, ну сдавайся уже. Чё так долго-то? Идешь к своей смерти долго. Ну, не смерти, а в смысле победе. Моей.
What's the matter?
Забью тебя. Не получилось. Ох, как прилетело-то больно. И мне, и ему. Иногда кажется, да, почему типа ты пропустил удар, но вот не работает Q, а он начинает потом один за другим удары повторять. Вот и все, вот и вся причина. Хотя, казалось бы, я все вижу, да, все понятно, откуда каждый удар прилетит. Пытаюсь молотком забить его, но нет, не сдался. У меня выносливости не хватило. Ах, я его опередил.
You didn't fare badly at all, I must say. You can ride with us.
All right, good. Thanks.
Don't thank me yet. You don't know what you're letting yourself in for.
Расскажи о себе.
Sir Kuno, can you tell me something about yourself?
Drop the sir. That title brought me nothing but grief. But what do you want to know?
О семействе расскажи.
Sir Radzig told me the Rickvold family lost its wealth. How did that happen?
There's all sorts of ways to become impoverished. Nothing easier. Especially when your father's a fool and your mother's mad as a bat.
Oh.
But it's a long and twisted story. We took our name from Rickval Castle, but that actually belonged to the convent of the Poor Clares in Tynitz, and my father only leased it. You see, he knew the abbess there since they were young. Knew her very well. There was even talk that she only joined the order because her family wouldn't let her marry him. Anyway, whether he was fucking her right there in the convent, or he just took a lot of interest in scripture, he spent an awful lot of time in Tynitz.
Может и то, и некоторые люди истовы в вере. Может и то.
Oh, you might have been after a bit of both.
Sinning and confessing all in one place. Well, I can see the convenience of it. Anyway, my mother never had strong nerves. Truth be told, her sanity was always shaky. Pa's escapades drove her cuckoo entirely. Then, one frosty December morning, I was woken by screaming and smoke. I looked out the window. I saw my mother there, in the courtyard, wreathed in flames. Behind her, the stables, the farm buildings and the tower were burning too. And she just stood there, shrieking with laughter.
Christ, that sounds like a scene straight out of hell.
Hellish it was, I can tell you. Me and my sister Adela and a few servants managed to get out before the whole place went up. I couldn't get to my father. Or my little brother. Poor lad was only 7. My sister and I were left destitute after the fire. Then my cousin, Adam of Drevich, took us into his castle. A few weeks later, he offered to buy what was left of our estates and sell me a small fortress near a Kovnik. It was a great relief. We suddenly had some hope of a future again. So I told my sister about it. And it was the biggest mistake of my life. A week later, the two of them announced to me they were getting married. And all that was left of our estates, lands, woods, villages, Adela was to get it all as a dowry.
But surely that was for you to decide. You were the head of the family, right?
Aye. Only I barely had 17 years under my belt, and I'd just lost everything. Of course, I argued with them, and that was the only excuse they needed to kick me out of Drevich too.
That's pretty harsh.
You're telling me. But I'm not complaining. As my pa always used to say, if you could turn your hand to something, you'll never be lost. I doubt it ever crossed his mind how often I'd remember those words.
Наконец-то ты заткнулся. Как вышло, что ты задолжал пану Рацугу?
What about your debt to Sir Radzig? How did that come about?
A twist of fate, lad. I was fighting in the hostilities between the House of Schallenberg and the town of Colleen. Some trade dispute it was, and I fought under the Schallenberg colours. In the end, the two sides negotiated a truce, and I rode to Colleen with the delegation that was to parley there. We stopped off at an inn on the way, and it was there that I met Radzig Kobyla. I could tell at first sight he was a man after my own heart. A likeable rogue, with a sharp mind and a merry soul. We spent the whole night drinking together and talking, and in the morning we set off together, with sore heads, but in good temper, since he was travelling to Colleen same as I was. Only, once we reached the city gates, they arrested me on the spot. Seems the burghers had it in for me, since I'd been making their lives hell for a good 6 months. On the other hand, I was a member of the peace delegation, so by rights, they shouldn't have even looked at me sideways. And then it hit me why Radzig was there. Colleen is a royal city, so he was there to represent the king's interests.
I see. So he was on the other side.
That's right. Anyway, they threw me in a dungeon, and a few days later word reached me that the Schallenbergs had reached an agreement with the burghers. Only part of the deal was they would give them my head, and I'd surely have ended my days swinging from the town battlements if it hadn't been for Radzig. He liked me, and he could see it was a dirty trick, so he somehow squared things with the city council.
Lucky for you.
Indeed. I owe my life to Radzig, and I'll never forget it. He's asked me twice before for help. This is the third time. And how could I refuse him?
Почему семейство не пропало? Ну ладно, насчет твоих спутников.
I'd like to ask about your men.
Ask away.
Повеса.
What about the fellow they call Dangler?
I've never ridden with a better man, I can tell you. He doesn't say a lot, but for that, he listens all the better. Nothing escapes him.
So he scouts for you?
Not just that. It's happened more than once. I was closing a deal with someone, and Dangler told me after that he didn't like the smell of the fella nearly every time he was right. And the fellow tried to stab me in the back afterwards.
Братья Медведы.
Those Behrman brothers are quite a pair.
Indeed they are. There's no more mercy in them than in, well, a bear. If I told them to skewer you on the spot, they'd do it, without batting an eyelid.
Jesus.
Oh, aye. They'd argue first about which one of them got to do the job, but they're as obedient as a huntsman's dogs. Real soldiers, a pair of them. Reliable, as long as they don't get too drunk. Then there's no keeping them under control. But nobody's perfect.
Знал бы он про меня. Стефан.
What can you tell me about Stefan?
Fletching. For one thing, he's a very resourceful fellow.
How did he come to join your band?
Well, let's just say he was in the right place at the right time. You'll find he has quite a knack for that.
What exactly happened?
Sorry, I'd love to tell you the whole story, but I'd be betraying his trust.
Well, now you've got me curious. Maybe I should ask him myself.
Sure, why not? Our Fletch does love to converse.
Булыга.
What about that dumb one? How did he end up with you?
The stone? Oh, he just kind of tagged along.
Just like that?
Aye, just like that. We were riding from Olomouc to a castle past Kladsko, when we ran into him and some other wayfarers camping along the way. You know how it goes. We made acquaintance with them, had a drink or two. Then we travelled on together. After all, there's safety in numbers.
I'm not sure I'd be thinking that if I ran into you lot on the road.
We might have done some things I ain't proud of. But wayfarers are sacred even for me. Anyway, our fellow travellers dropped off along the way. One in Mohelnitz, one in Schoenberg, and the rest in Kladsko. Except for the stone. He stuck with us the whole way. The fellas kept asking him what he was after. Of course, he never said a word. When we were approaching Barsdorf, I ordered the men to get rid of him. I had some business at the castle, and I didn't want any strangers sticking their noses in. Stefan tried to tell him nicely, but he just sat there, staring like he was turned to stone. That's when we gave him the name. Then the Bearman brothers tried to get him off his horse. He booted Jan in the face and knocked him out cold. Then he jumped down and felled Petter with one punch. A man who can do that is a man you want on your side. So we kept him.
Weren't you worried about having a stranger in your band? Especially one who didn't talk.
No, I figured if you can't talk, you can't tell. Besides, I've had worse.
Прикольный. Приблуда.
What about Jakey?
Jakey, that boy will be the death of me. You've got to be tough on him, or he's good for nothing. But I'm fond of him, in a way.
Like a son?
I wouldn't go that far. But I've no family of my own. And unlike those other cutthroats, he seems to me like a good lad.
You're pretty hard on him, though. And the others keep him on his toes, too.
The boy needs a firm hand. I was like him once, and I got the same too. If we let him be, we'd end up with a third bear man. And who'd want that?
True. 2 is more than enough.
Ну, я наговорился, а ты как? Так, ну, с ним наговорился, конечно же, а можно поговорить еще и... О, прикольно, здесь мне еще и постельку дали. Хочет выехать днем, и тут еще заданица есть. У меня 14-12, еще есть возможность выполнить заданицы. О, можно еще и сыграть с тобой. Знаешь, как я с тобой сыграю? Вот так вот. Оп, и косточка моя, топорик. Оставлю тебе. И еще одна косточка. На самом деле я случайно топорик не отметил, да и плевать. Игральная кость Царства Небесного. Офигенно. Что-то хочет мне сказать. Ну, блин, с тобой, ладно, сыграю. А, ну да, я ж у него баблище все забрал, поэтому нет. Ну а у тебя что у тебя приблуда?
What is it, Jakey?
The stone wants to talk with you, if you can call it that. Probably about that ring.
What ring?
Ah, no one told you about it. The fellas call it the Ring of Bakhus. It's a kind of game we play. Kuno gave us this ring. It's just a worthless bauble. But when we're at the tavern, Kuno pays everything for the man who has the ring. So we steal the ring from each other and try to trick each other. Well, actually, just the others. They won't let me play. Kuno says I'm too young to get boozed up.
That sounds like a lot of fun. But I don't have the ring, so why does the stone want to see me?
He probably wants you to steal it from someone. Since you're new, the fellows will talk to you and it won't be suspicious.
All right, I'll have a word with him.
О себе расскажи.
Hey, Jakey, can you tell me something about yourself?
Want to get matey, eh? Sure, Henry. What do you want to know?
Как присоединился?
How did you end up in Kuno's band?
Well, I used to be a baker's hand in Prague, but all the other fellas were always on my back, always swearing at me. Sometimes they even beat me up, took everything I had. To make a bit of coin, I started going to the tavern across the road, entertaining the rich gents with jokes, playing the fool. Sometimes someone would throw me a half-groschen. One time, Kuno turned up there, and I got to talking with him. When I told him all the shit I was getting at the bakery, he offered to take me with him.
I bet you were glad to get out of there.
Yeah, though it's not like they give me much peace here either. It's all,
Jakey, come here. Jakey, go there. Jakey, get that.
Ну, наверное, не хуже, чем у пекаря.
Well, surely you can't be any worse off here than in the bakery.
no, Only, at the bakery, the worst I ever got was a beating. It's not like my life was in danger. But here, when those Beerman brothers are drunk, I have to keep well out of sight.
Почему они тебя травили?
How come they bullied you at the bakery? It's usually the shy ones bullies pick on. That's not exactly you.
Not now, maybe. I learned a thing or two since then.
Oh, come on, you shy? You just said you were playing the fool and telling jokes in the tavern.
All right, I'll tell you the truth. They picked on me because I'm an orphan. The parish priest of St. Apollinaires in Prague found me as a baby in the church one winter's morning. I spent half my childhood in parish houses and half on the street.
I see. That must have been tough.
It still is tough, I can tell you that.
Понятненько все. Ну, развлекайся. Так, ты возле дерева стоял, но тебя уже здесь нет. Один стоит в кустах. Это буртник. Вон он, дальний который. Булыга. Че, к тебе подняться надо, чтобы поговорить? Кольцо.
Jakey sent me to you. Something about a ring?
Mm-hmm.
I suppose you want me to get it from someone?
Mm.
Who has it?
Что? У кого порезано по шее? Приблуда, Куно. Я... Наверное, Ян. О, не-не-не, как Куно.
You mean Kuno?
Нет, я подумал, что так показал, потому что его повесили.
Jan Ber...
Никто. Стефан.
I didn't quite... Is it fletching? There's Dangler.
Повеса.
All right.
Его
How
даже
do I
не
get
было
it?
в вариантах. Так. Забери кольцо у Бахуса. А Бахуса у повесы. Провазник.
Can you tell me something about yourself?
What do you want to know?
Почему повеса?
Why do they call you Dangler?
Because Kuno found me dangling on the end of a rope.
Ah, I see. So, he saved you from execution?
I wouldn't call it an execution exactly. At the time I was squire to the Lord of Buzitz. There was a proper knight for you, full of ideals and honour. I looked up to him as a hero. Then in one skirmish he was killed, and the foe took me captive. They stood me on a shaky wooden cross with my hands tied behind my back and a noose around my neck, for amusement. Then they rode off laughing.
But how long were you stuck there?
I couldn't tell you. Hours, maybe days. In the end, everything started going black. I could feel the devil pulling me down by the legs.
Jesus! How on earth did you survive?
I didn't. When Kuno found me, he says I was dead as a doornail. They cut me down, took the rope off me, and someone gave me a kick and I coughed and came back to life. Sort of.
Сказать про кольцо или нет? Можно просто стащить. Не буду воровать. Спрошу.
Hey, I want the ring of Bacchus. I heard you have it.
So you come and ask me for it. That's a novel approach.
Well, you don't just have to steal it from each other. Why not play for it?
I don't play dice, but we can duel for it.
Ладно.
All right. Why not?
I'll wager the ring, and you put up some groschen, all right?
200. Окей.
Sure. I'll wager that.
That'll do it. Well, now it's something worth fighting for, so you better watch out.
Тренировка перед турниром.
Murtka!
Ты даже меч свой не помыл.
I'll slay you for that.
А ты полечился хоть? Парниш. Ну-ка, я не понял, что за удары такие. Так, что блок не работает? Я не понял. Головой блокировать не научился? Слава тебе. Удар хочешь нанести? Блин, я тоже удар начал наносить, но я прикинул, что я не успею. Ну чё ты, парень? Ну, одновременно удары начинаем наносить, но тут я думал, я успею. Так, а чё не блокируется опять, я не понял. Ну не рычи, не рычи. Не рычи, парень. Видал, какие выкрутасы делаю? Но он достаточно часто попадает. По сравнению с теми, которые в турнире. Хотя нет. На турнире тоже хорошо дерутся. Успел среагировать, я имею в виду. Только думаю, пропусти удар, и я беру, пропускаю. Я не про себя говорю. Прям бежит за мной. Ты не беги за мной. Крутой, крутой, ничего не скажешь. Но когда молотом по голове получаешь, крутость уходит, знал? Сколько у тебя выносливости? По рукам, блин, молотком. Ну, выглядит это всегда, конечно, очень красиво. Не отдыхаю, не отдыхаю. Думал, что я пробью. Ну, конечно, он в клинче побеждает лучше меня. Опа. Словил. Словил удар твой, парень. Да ты будешь падать? Нет. Сколько в тебе сил? Ну, нет, с другой стороны классно, да, потому что мощный. Это предполагается в разговоре, и история о нем говорит то же самое.
Fair fight. I don't like giving it up. At least I won't get so plastered next time. Just watch how it doesn't get pinched. I'll do that. Thanks.
Помахался.
I got the ring from Dangler. Yeah, well, I suppose there's not much more either of us can say about it.
Чах,
Yeah,
чах,
thanks
чах.
to you too.
Что ты мне дал? Молчание, золото, другие суеверия. А, прикол. То есть это теперь занятие, да? Кольцо. Ну да. То есть его будут воровать. И, наверное, от каждого персонажа вот так вот придется забирать это кольцо. Понятно. Давай с еще одним по базарю.
Stefan, can you tell me something about yourself?
What is it you want to know, youngster?
Усач. Как ты присоединился к Куно?
I'm curious how you ended up in Kuno's band.
You noticed I don't exactly fit in with this pack of felons and reprobates, huh? Unfortunately, you can't always choose your company, can you?
No, I suppose not. But how did you come to be with them?
Oh, well, I'd love to tell you, but Kuno insisted we keep that between the two of us. And I'm not one to break a confidence.
Oh. But, well, Kuno said it was you who wanted to keep it secret.
Really? Are you sure about that? You must have misunderstood him.
No, I don't think so. At least... Oh, never mind. So, where did you live before? What did you do?
I used to live in a town before. Back there I was doing something very different. Although, now I think of it, maybe it wasn't that different in a way. If you know what I mean.
Actually, I haven't the foggiest idea what you mean. You don't give anything away, do you?
Me? I'm an open book, lad. Ask me anything you like and I'll give you an honest answer. Go on.
Maybe another time. My head's starting to spin.
As you wish. Shame, though. There's nothing I enjoy more than conversing.
Все с тобой ясно. А можно, кстати, что-то тут взять? Неплохо. Тяжелый щит. Был ваш, стал мой. Давай сравним. А то же самое. Полуцкий металлический, а этот просто красивый. Особенно подходит для использования с коротким оружием. Мне металлический больше нравится. К дозорам отправимся или поздно уже?
Should we ride out?
Aye, we ought to set out on patrol about now. Hope you've got your kit ready and whatnot. I'd like to head to the north. Is there anything interesting that way?
North of here, Samapesh and Merhoyed are that way, and Talmberg is a bit further on. There's stables in Merhoyed.
I wouldn't mind paying a visit to those stables. We can go through there.
And from there?
From there, we'll follow our noses. Something interesting is sure to turn up. I feel it in my bones. Mount up and let's go.
Sure. Chief.
Так, а чё так далеко-то? Потом скакать в Ротая, блин. На турнир. Так, это мы, ну, недалеко от Мархаеда. А, это недалеко от мельницы. Вон она.
What a fine day, eh, brother?
Indeed, brother.
You know what I like best about days like this, Jan?
The scent of chamomile wafting from the hillsides.
Among other things.
Ah, like the rounded hills, rising. All soft and pink in the sunlight.
And the fertile valley below, spreading wide and inviting.
Dew glistening in a mossy hollow.
The sweet aroma of honey in the air.
The sturdy poplar, standing tall and erect.
Aye, it reminds me of that day. That day where the two of us fucked Fletcher's ma.
Very droll. You'd make a stuffed bird laugh.
Your ma's a stuffed bird. I stuffed her myself.
I can't smell any chamomile.
Well then, how are things?
May I?
Yes, Fletch?
How shall I put it? I'm a little concerned about the prospects in these parts, Chief.
Oh, how's that?
I've been looking around, and if you'll pardon me, it seems to me that we've been stuck for a long time in the arsehole of beyond.
It's not Paris, France.
Здесь загадочник
What I
был
mean to say
у
is,
нас.
I haven't got any new kit or arrows since the day Jakey joined us. It makes me uneasy, Chief.
I see. What about the rest of you?
I don't know what Fletcher's moaning about. There's plenty of booze and loose wenches nearby.
Not to mention fools in the taverns who don't know when to stop rolling those dice.
Dangler?
It's the arsehole of beyond everywhere we go. It always makes me uneasy.
Jakey?
Fletch can complain. I was supposed to get a suit of armor, and all I got was a shitty kettle hat. Sorry, but they don't do hauberks in girl sizes. Oh? Well, how did you get yours then?
All right, I appreciate your honesty, lads. Don't worry, there will be plunder. We're here to fight, and to the victor the spoils. That's how it's always been. But no purse of silver will shed blood for you on the battlefield. That's what this company is for. And I hope you never forget the golden rule. You can joke all you want, moan all you want, but nothing will keep your skins in one piece better than trusting your leader.
Пес
You
заблокировал.
choose by your own free will. So don't ever forget that.
Amen.
Углядел дым.
Let's go! Behind me and keep your eyes peeled.
Ну, неужели вы решили поскакать? А то вот плетемся.
Close up.
Так, полицейские пришли.
What do you expect to find?
Futility and human suffering, like always.
Always full of good cheer, eh, Dangler? Why don't you take a leap out of Stonesboro? Shut the fuck up.
Jesus, I wish you'd all shut the fuck up.
Обыскать пепелище.
There might be someone hiding out here still. Look for clues and question the survivors, if there are any.
Расследование. Интересно. О, трупики лежат. Корова.
Still smouldering. Whoever torched it can't have got very far.
What's going on?
Внутри что-нибудь есть? Не, внутри ничего нет. Кровь. Вот здесь еще спалили. Так, что за трупик? Крестьянин, вставай. Так, тут ничего нет.
These corpses have hairy backs, including the women.
Шмонает. Почему у меня такой нет возможности? Типа я не такой, что ли?
Jesus Christ, what a massacre.
Так, что внутри? Ну, все валяется, конечно же.
Poor wretch.
Псинку. Да, я тоже не одну псинку замочил, которая меня кусала щитом прям в башку. Нормально. Опа. И щит тоже.
Kuno will want to know about this.
Щит дома Зоулов. Ля молится.
I found this shield in a shed along with a letter. Seems like someone left us a message. Show me that. I know that crest. It's the House of Zool. A dangerous lot, God's truth. I don't think we'll find anything else here. We'll stay here a while, just in case. And you should go and report to Radzig what happened.
Что тебе известно про семью Зул?
What do you know about these Zools? A family of impoverished nobles. They fought in the Margraviate Wars in Moravia. But what they're after in Bohemia, I've no idea.
А они без меня поскочат потом. Так что я хотел бы отправиться на поиски налетчиков.
I thought I could go and search for those raiders. They might not have gotten very far yet. All right. It's always good to have an extra pair of eyes. We'll keep searching here for a while, and then head back to the camp.
Так, а чё? А, понял. Можно это отменять. Постарайся отыскать следы нападавших и доложиться пану Рацигу. Следы нападавших.
Looks like it happened fast. They weren't even armed.
Так, что тут? А, кстати, щит отдал? Нет. Не отдал. Нафиг он мне нужен? И этот кинжал сворованный. Кого? Всех убили. Ничего нет. Всю еду стащили. Короче, ребята оказались похожими на меня.
They can't be all that clever, or they'd have taken the wagon.
Так, а что там у пса стоит рядом? Ты вот он. Но мне кажется, вряд ли он найдет, конечно. Но есть идея вот туда сходить, хотя ничего не предполагает, что они там будут. Да, я не смотрел на всякие там развалины, знаешь, вот это вот что-то поломано там или кровь. Ну, развалины, я имею в виду поломанный забор, например. Я просто пошел. Заснуть и сохраниться. Нормальное место. Ну, кстати, нормальное. Уединенное такое. И красивое.
Some, a horse or two, they rode off through the meadow towards dawn. They're avoiding the road, which is interesting.
Towards dawn?
Meaning towards the east. Apart from the mounted ones, there were some men on foot too. Well weighed down.
Oh, they can't move too fast then.
No, and what's more, they left a trail of blood. One or more of them might be wounded. Either that, or they dragged off some poor bastard from here.
Nice work. Thanks.
Угу. И вдали от дороги. Это... Так, опять, куда ты меня постоянно показываешь? Ага, вот в эту дорогу. Да, я там уже в ходе расследования нашел место охоты на косуль. Но я уже там был. Сейчас еще раз туда приду. Найти следы. Но сказано, что вдали от дороги. Что-то где-то должно валяться. Да, но еще и лес затрагивает. Одуванчик. Одуванчик мне не нужен. Тут такой интересный проход. Сейчас как меня возьмут и жахнут здесь. Что-то нашел. А он что-то стоит. Ну давай, давай, я сначала зайду к нему. Зайду к нему, в смысле, пойду туда, куда он ведет. Но он привел меня в стад, я понял. Спасибо, Барбосик. Заяц. А это у нас дерево. Я думал, телега или что-то типа такого. Но это я уже далеко, да, убежал. А вот что-то лежит прямо рядом с домом.
Poor creature. Hunted down like game.
А, говорят, еще дальше. Ладно. А вообще шел не к дому, а мысль была такая, типа, почему-то появляются мухи. Мало ли, может быть, мухи к чему-то приведут, но вот труп лежит.
Looks like they carried away a lot of stuff.
Яблочки. Но у меня другой еды навалом. Куда ты мне показываешь? А, туда же. Ладно.
They went this way.
Кровища.
Seems they met some resistance at the farm.
Нормальное такое сопротивление, вся дорога в крови, или как-то... Или это кажется так.
What a waste. Well, at least I know which way they went.
Печальная музыка опять.